Hey there, welcome back. All right, so let's get them leveled up. They are the red player, so we are drawing 2 red tokens here. This one is pretty universal. And remember I told you they have a lot of skills like this. So what this means is they would get a blue crystal and then a red token, which is always good. And I honestly don't know what this is, so this will be interesting. I think this is you spend 1 less movement point to move over planets or suns. But let's check. Yeah, see, look at this. They got 3 of these crystal. That they're very crystal heavy, these folks. Okay, so it's not listed here. And one annoying thing about the expansion is they gave us a new card, and it's one of the new skills from the expansion pack. It's called a Firm Hand. When activating a crew member, you may use 2 of their abilities during the same turn. Gain reputation -1 at the end. Oh. So that's interesting. You can use 2 abilities of a crew member, which can be really handy. But it's so situational. And it's every time you can do it. It's not a once per round, it's every turn that you use a crew member. So you can do this for every crew member you have. But the thing is, if you recall, we tend to use all of our crew members in one mega battle. So it's not often you're using one crew member this turn and another crew member next turn. I like this one, but I like this more. Crystals are king. For especially this type of character. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that. And then I forgot to draw. So this is the new one, gain a red data crystal, long range attack of 4. That's actually really good for someone like the sisters. Another one I was contemplating was giving them the special shield attack. But I actually like this one for them, so I'm gonna go ahead and choose that. So we're gonna go ahead and do this and give her that card. So that puts her up to 4 cards, and then we're going to draw 1 more for her hand, and it's this for 5. All right, that's it for their turn. And last but not least are the Klingons, and this is the Klingon miniature, also pretty cool looking, very large. They don't have penis envy issues at all. So let's got to move, attack on both sides. Normally this is shields on the other guys. This is the discard one. Another move, use an additional data die, and another move. So this guy has a whole bunch of move and not a lot of attack. So what do? Well, we can plow forward and explore a new tile. That's one option. That'll get 1 experience point, but does not level them up. Let's see, how many move could we get? We have 2, 4, 6. This one lets us use, oh, we got 8. 8 movement. We can use an additional data die. So you found nothing?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, personal conversation there. This one obviously needs a purple. So if I use this, I could take a purple for this. I can get an attack 4, right? Or I can make any of these a move 4. Those are the choices I have. But like, what would I want to do? Well, I think there are no blue dice. There's 1 gold die. There are 2 white dice, though. So I think what I want to do is I want to go over and create the 4th column, because we need to spread out, right? Somebody needs to go in each of the directions, because if we're all trying to hit the same spots, it's going to be brutal. The fact that this planet is an unlimited source of experience is probably the largest help for us at this time. But the Klingons are going to spread out, and it's really funny because the Romulans are going right and the Klingons are going right and all the human ones are going this way. That wasn't intentional, but that's sort of how it's turning out. So I'm going to take a white die and make this a move 4, which would get me to here. And then I would need to move 2 more to there, right? And I would need, so if I was going to do a 4th column, how would it play out? I'm just trying to, like, do I need to move here or can I move here to get the 4th column to reveal? I don't think it matters. I think I can move here. So I need 4 more movement is what I'm saying. And I'm going to just play 2 of these cards for the 4 more movement, and I'll save this card for now. Okay, so 1 move to here and then 1 for the exploration. And it's going to go, the last column is going to look like this. Exactly. That's how it's going to look. There we go. So then this is the last column going out. And we got this you can't even move through. That's annoying. And then we have one of these planets. And one of these guys. So if I want to get there, I need 2, 4, 6 more movement, which that part's annoying. So 6 more movement, huh? It would have been nice maybe to use another additional data die to give me more movement, which I can do. All right, so I am going to play the use an additional data die to get extra movement, and I'm going to use this one for a move 4. And instead of charging in to get this guy dead, I'm going to move up and we're going to explore this one. And my logic being is I still get experience points for that, and I'm at least at 2. So I'm on the brink of leveling up with him, and he's not as far behind everybody else, and he gets 2 experience points. So we'll get this out and at least figure out what we got in front of us. And he's got options, right? So there's another one here. And then you can see there's a whole bunch of these, and then that's a research station. But that's where his turn ends. Now, I could have done this to get more movement points and then discard this, but this is my attack card. So I was like, well, I'd rather hold on to the attack card. So he's the only character to not level up. And I think in a 5-player co-op game, the fact that I was able to level up 4 in 1 turn, I'm pretty happy with that. But let's discard all of these into his discard pile. All right, and we're on to next turn. So I'm going to, sorry about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip them over like this, and then we're just going to flip this way. So it's the yellow player's turn, which is Cisco, and he is that weird looking ship right there. And so the idea here then is I would like to, we don't want to reveal this tile, but it looks like Khan might. And that's the part that's getting scary, is we wanted to keep a tile not revealed, so Khan has to move back across the galaxy to get to the Borg cube. And the fact that we just revealed this one and this one means that the columns are, what was I trying to say? But we're we're removing and eliminating all of our possibilities here. So let's see what Cisco has. So we got a long range attack of 3, which is going to be good because we want to take that base. We got some repair or draw. This is the thing that gives us the additional attack plus move. Can't argue with that. Discard another card to get bonuses, and then his primary attack card. So we got a lot of attack. We're good to go. And this one is shield, so I may not want to use the bottom half of that. I do like the idea of this one, but that would be the only die used. All right, well, let's see about doing this. Move 4. I would need a blue, and there's a whole bunch of red up here. Although I wouldn't be able to use this long-range attack of 3 if I do that. So what is our... You know what, I'm going to just do a move 2, this one, and we're going to move to here, which reveals this. So what do we got? So those guys have physical resistance. Really tough to take out. You need 10 damage to be able to hit them. They only hit you for 2, which makes sense. 10 damage would require me to produce 5 damage here. 3 there. And then I can get a photon pulse attack for 2. So that'd be... The problem is I can only take 1 die. And I don't have any... Oh, I have a blue crystal with him. I do have a blue crystal with him. So I could use his blue crystal to make this a move 4. And I can get that tile explored before Khan explores it. And then I get +2 to my first attack of any type. And I think I will do that. And I can add the +2 to any of these attacks. And see, his attack is not physical. It's not a phaser attack. So his attack slices right through. I don't need an attack of 10 to defeat him. This 2 makes it a 3, right? And then I would need 6 more to defeat him. But if I add +2 to your first attack card of any type, this now becomes a 4, which means I only need 2 more damage to finish him. That is awesome. So yes, we're going to play the blue crystal that he actually has on his card. He had it over here from the last turn. So we're going to play that there to get the move 4 and then +2. So the other 2 movement he's going to use to reveal this next tile, which I know is not what we wanted to do because of the Khan situation. But if Khan moves forward, then we're screwed, and Khan's going to be the one that reveals it, unless he goes forward right. If he goes forward right, we're okay. I don't know. See, 2 of the 3 options are he's going to be revealing that tile. So I'm going to go ahead and reveal it. It's not ideal because that was our plan, right? To make him come all the way back to this. But we're going to go ahead and reveal this one. And there we go. All right, so we have a Dominion starship here. Oh my gosh, that's got 10 with phaser resistance. And they do 10 damage. Oh my gosh. But he's got the encumbrance there, which means that you can use movement to reduce his shields, or the damage that he does to you. And then we got our first M-class planet over here, which is really far away. But it's at least revealed now. And then another one of those that does 10 damage. They're actually identical. Okay, and then one other thing I wanted to point out. These guys can't, you can attack them from a space away, but I can move here like I am doing with my attack. It doesn't provoke them. They're not raiders or anything like that. So in doing so, Cisco is taking a -1 to his reputation. He's still at 0, but he's just at -0 now. And like I said, he's going to get +2 to his attack, so he's at 4, which knocks him all the way down to 1. We're going to take 2 damage, which means Cisco is getting 1 damage added to his hand. So we're going to just put this in our hand, like right there. And then I just need to do 2 more damage to him somehow. So I'm going to play this improvised card and just discard the long range attack, okay? So that gives me an attack of 3, okay? And this guy's defeated. And then I happen to have Repair Hull that says Repair 1. So after the battle's over, I can repair this, and that was just fortuitous that we had that exact situation. So Cisco's going to get 4 more experience, and he takes the Romulan Starbase, which is a recruiting point. So we can finally recruit some people here, and this is now his. And I don't think you get anything else for that. Let's check. Can be assaulted. So if it's another faction starbase, you can assault it, but we're not doing that. If the owner is not present, blah, blah, blah. If successful, you gain half, blah, blah, blah. Your starbase. You can recruit crew with the Romulan starbase icon here. If you end your turn on or adjacent to it, your hand limit is 1 higher. That's the part I don't want to forget. And we revealed a Class M planet, so that means this action is now available for purchase. So I'm just setting it off to the side because it's far away. Okay, so let's get the token discarded. All the cards are going to be discarded that he played. Did he play all these? Yes, he did. What happened to the card that was in his hand? I swear, I'm losing my mind. Oh, he played all 5 of his cards. That's why. Okay, all 5 of his cards are played, and then the token that we defeated was 4 experience points. So let's give that to him, and he's going to level up again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he now has 2. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these side by side, and then when he gets those new hires, they're just going to be here, and then this represents the first one, that represents the second one. And when they're used up, you just flip it over. You can do that instead of putting it on the card. And gosh darn it, we forgot all about this. There's +2 attack right there. So I didn't even need to spend his cards for the +2 attack. So let's take those back. It was these 2 right here, right? We did that to get 2 more attack. We didn't need to do that. He had +2 all on its own. So those 2 are still in his hand, so he's going to draw 3 more. And the 3 he's drawing is move and diplomacy, perfect timing, because we're going to probably be doing some diplomacy here. So, okay, so he's going to keep those. He did not use any dice because he used his blue crystal. And so he's taken his blue crystal back. And here's why. Since he didn't use any dice, he could have used this white die here, and that would have been better. So, oh my gosh, we got to use up some of these reds. Look at that. 5 reds all used up. All right. His turn is over, and now it's Khan. So Khan is, if this die matches a data crystal beneath a crew member in the offer, oh, it's a pet. So he's taken one of the crew members. There's no doubt about that. I rolled a blue. So let's just say blue, purple, and red is going to be Jordy, or otherwise it's the other guy. It's the other guy. So he took the medical officer. So this is now a member of his crew, and I'm going to put that up here sideways like that. That's a member of his crew now. And so when we board his ship and have to defeat him, we have to also defeat them. And the way you defeat them is you need points equal to their armor here. So her armor is just level 2 there. So I would need 2 points of attack. And I don't think diplomacy works. I think there's a thing in the rulebook that says, you know, because the pet warmer thing is in there. And then if the board cube has been destroyed, it moves 1 space. Yeah, that's it. So Khan doesn't actually move this turn, which is good. All right, so next up is Picard. All right, so Picard is sitting at this planet. We obviously need to get either, so we can't go to that star base because somebody else is at the star base. But we can go to maybe one of these outposts. And you can see this one here is 6 movement away. And then of course he wants to do some diplomacy, as you can see. Or we can do another away mission and use the diplomacy that way. There's some choices there. And he has no movement other than this card here. So I think we're going to just do another away mission. And I know it would be nice to start hiring some guys, but I think experience points is just as valuable. So if we do another away mission, I'm going to use the red crystal, or the red die for that, and get a diplomacy of 5. And I'm going to save Picard. And I may not need anything else because I also get +2 on away missions with this. So let's reveal the green planet. We're not going to move. Here you can see I need a diplomacy of 9, which is not good, but I'm going to get 5 here. I'm going to use the die for that. We're going to gain a reputation of 2, which is awesome. The reputation of 2 will help us when we do recruit later. So 5 + 2 is 7. And yeah, I got it pretty easily actually. Here's 2 more for 9. So he's going to go ahead and discard 2 cards. And we're going to roll and we get a blue. Oh, and I forgot. Cisco gets +1 hand size because of this. So we're going to draw 1 more card for Cisco. And he got another move. Okay, so this gets discarded for, we get 5 experience points for Picard. And I can't help but cheer because he's doing great. So we're at 4 right now, and 5 puts us tied with Cisco at 9. And that's a level up for Picard. And Picard now has 2 crew member slots. Okay, he's holding on to 3 cards, and he's going to draw 2 more to get back up to his hand size. And we did finally draw a move card, which will help. And Picard's turn is over. So now it's Kirk. And Kirk is in the same boat, right? He's got this planet next to him. We want to go recruit, but we got a ways to go. He can't go to where Cisco is because Cisco's on the location. There is a spot here, but it's right next to Khan. But you can move 6 spaces to get there. If Khan attacks him, it's going to be game over. Let's see what he's got. He does have a diplomacy. He's got one of his attacky cards. Another attack card, another diplomacy, and then this thing that lets him get another effect +2. As much as he needs the diplomacy cards, and he really does, he also has no move cards. So we're going to go ahead and do another planet with him. And here you can see he needs either 10 diplomacy or 7 damage. And those are both very tall orders. So if I play the blue, I can get a +2 to this, which would be a 6. That would be 6. And then I would need a red to be able to go here, but I don't have the ability to play 2 dice. I only have the ability to play 1. The other thing I can do is just use the top part of this, and it says gain 1 red token, or gold. And then I would take a red die from the pool to go diplomacy 5, and then the other red would be here, so that would be 9, and then I would just turn this sideways for 10. So that's what I'm going to do for Kirk. So I am going to spend a red die, and I'm re-rolling. I got a black, and I did not use the bottom part of this just because it wasn't quite as powerful, and 4 of his cards get discarded. And I gain 6 experience points, or Kirk does. So we're going to do that, and he goes to 10. So he levels up as well, and now has 2 spots. And we're going to draw 4 cards for him. 1, 2, 3, 4. And yeah, he got some move cards. He's got, so his own card is the discard something to get bonuses. He just drew a bunch of move cards. So it would have been nice if he would have still had those diplomacies, but he can at least get to where he needs to go now. So that's Kirk's turn. Next up are the Romulan sisters. So they're pretty close to being able to recruit. So let's see what we can do. There's a move card there. This is pretty versatile, attack, and this is all about gaining crystals. So I think what we want to do is we want to play a blue die to move 4. So there is a blue die out here, and I'm just going to re-roll it. I got a blue again. So we're going to play the blue die to move 4. I'm going to go 2, 4. Now I'm on the star base, which is next to there. And I could try to hire somebody. So Romulan sisters, who would they go after? So of the locations, oh my gosh, there's only 2. Nope, there's only 1. So the only person that they can hire at that location is Data, and see, because it's that symbol there. The other one was taken, I think. That was the medical officer that Khan took. So Data's not bad. Attacker shields 3, repair 2. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Data. It does need 6 though, so that's the part that's a little brutal. So I could, you know, this here would be awesome, except I already used a die. I can always wait until the next round. And you have to have a purple. So I got to be able to draw a die from the pool. Getting a red crystal doesn't help me. Now, I could do this and get Diplomacy 3 and just turn the other 3 cards sideways. That works. And you know what? I'm going to do that, even though it's so inefficient. I'm going to just play all the cards, and yeah, she's going to hire Data, or the sisters are. So Data's now added to their pool, and they discarded all 5 cards. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for them being drawn. And they're getting attack, move long range, draw cards, move, and move. So that's a pretty good setup for them. So they're ready to go. Their turn is over, and now we go to the Klingons, who I forgot to draw up to their hand size last time. So 1, 2, 3 cards being added to their hand. Okay, so their situation is they haven't even leveled up yet. They were next to the recruit location. The other recruit location's up here, but there's no recruits that can be recruited there. The only thing that they can recruit at is the place where Cisco is. That is the only place. Yeah. So they can try to go after this, which will give them data crystals, or this. And this is a dry dock, which helps them to repair their ship. So even if they take damage from him or this, they can repair. And what's also really cool is it gives you a free data crystal at the start of your turn, a gold data crystal, in fact. I can look it up real quick because I'm pretty sure it's a gold one. So if you end your turn, you remove 1 damage from your hand or discard pile. It's not the same as a repair action, which, trust me, it's not a big deal. It's just that you can't combine it with a repair action. That's all that's trying to say. And then, yeah, at the start of your turn, you gain a white data token, which is a wild. So I think I said gold, but that's because I have Mage Knight on my mind. So let's look at what they have. You can see we got a long range attack of 3. Gain a red or gold data token. So this is you can get the benefit +2. Here's a move 2. So this is one of their unique ones. During combat this turn, attack 1, or attack 4, or long range attack 3. So that's a really good one. You would expect that from a Klingon, right? And then and then we got this guy here, which can give us some more move. So I think we're going to do this. We're going to get some move action going. So I need to move 4, right? So no matter what, I got to figure out how to move 4, and then we're going to provoke somebody. We're either going to land on this planet or we're going to provoke them. I think we're going to provoke first because they only need 3 damage to kill. So I'm going to do this for the move 2, and I'm going to do this for the move 2, and then it says attack 1. Now it's a normal attack, which, well, hold on. I don't even need to do that. I want the long range attack 3, which would be red, and I'm going to do that. The move 2 for sure I'm going to do because I need the movement points. And I still need to move 2 more, so I'm going to actually discard this one along with this to get a move 3. So a little inefficient, but the red die, I'm going to go ahead and roll. I'm going to roll again because it was halfway. Got a purple. All right, so the long range attack 3 is what I used it on, and so he keeps 1 card in his hand. So what was the goal of this? What did I just accomplish? I long range attacked this guy who only needed 3, and I got 2 experience points for it plus a reputation. So just trying to put this away. So his reputation goes up by 1, and then we get 2 experience, which puts us there, and so he levels up. Sorry for the blurry. And let's grab 2 of his skills and see what he gets. All right, so this one is pretty simple. You get to draw 2 extra cards, and if you're not winning in the experience department, you get a red data crystal. And this one is, I believe you can turn a damage card sideways and get a +2 to any basic action. Let's check. So he's going to use damage cards to help him. So here's the one, flip this to draw 2 cards. If you have the least experience, gain 1. And you have to have the absolute least, which he doesn't have, and it's a 5-player game. So it's not as, you're rarely going to get that red token unless you're really a loser in the game. The Indomitable, you may play a damage card sideways as if it were non-damage and get it +2 instead of +1. So I just dropped a bunch of stuff on the floor. Sorry. It was all cards. Okay, I'm actually going to take this one. I don't like either of them, to be quite honest. Actually, let's look. Maybe somebody else's card would be better. I think, because I don't want to, you know what? I think I'm going to take this one. I get -1 to the shields for every resistance. So he's going to take that one. And now when he does that, he has to take the bottom card from the action deck, which is not bad. It's a heal card, right? And it gives him reputation for Klingon. I mean, you know, I guess that's a good thing. So 1, 2, and then 3 more cards going into his hand. So there's a repair, attack, and diplomacy. Okay, that brings us to the end of the round. Or not end of the round, well, end of the turn phase, and so it's going back to Cisco. The round's not yet over, of course. Generally, I think I'm pretty happy with how things are going. You know, the game, my recommendation with the way you play this is you need to desperately seek out experience points every turn. You need to be doing something. You can't be idle. Obviously, when you recruit, that's the one turn you're not getting experience points, but recruiting is good. There's nothing wrong with that. And then sometimes the game can really go against you. Like in the case of Kirk wants to recruit, but he burned all of his diplomacy cards to do an away mission. And so Kirk and Picard are sitting here at the beginning, at the start tile, and they're getting experience points, but they're not getting the recruiting in and the things they need to do. So that's okay, but at some point we got to get the recruiting going. And I think some of it is they need to just wait until the other players move away, because, you know, Cisco's consuming the one hiring location, and the M-class planet is 1,000,000 miles away. So you might as well just get experience points if you can't recruit. So that's sort of what's going on here. And then I have to be careful because Cisco moved into here, and he isn't going to get provoked, neither is he. So we'll be fine there, but he's in between two really powerful guys. Okay, it is Cisco's turn, so let's see what we can do about recruiting, because Cisco is in a perfect location to recruit. We can also do a move and explore a tile, get a point that way. I may do that, so I'm going to just set that off to the side. We have a Diplomacy 4. There is a red die out there. This one is all about getting crystals. I don't need long-range attack, and then I can get more diplomacy that way. So let's say I get a Diplomacy 4 with a red die. I could get a Diplomacy 5 with a purple. And then just get 2 from this one. So that'd be 7. It's 7 either way. No matter what, I have to discard a card with it. So I would discard... You know, I would discard the synthesized data, I think. Although that is a nice way to get a crystal. I would discard the move too. How about that? So that's going to be discarded. And we're going to go ahead and use a purple because there's 2 purple dice in the pool. And this one will just be a Diplomacy of 2. Now, why am I using the move 2? I'm going to explore a tile, and then we're going to hold on to these 2 cards. Oh, and we have to see who can we recruit. Is 7 even enough? So I'm going to just grab the cards and bring them to the camera. Give me a second. So sticking with thematic, there is no thematic. So we have Torith. Give us some nice attack. In space combat, your ship receives 1 damage card, and in away team combat, Torith receives 1 wound. So he can do some pretty good attack of 6, but you have to take a wound. I'm not a big fan of that kind of card. The next one is Dukat. I don't even know what race that is. It looks like a Deep Space Nine one. Attacker shields 2, photon pulse attack. So this is if you have a crystal, right? You can get some pretty nice attacks. That guy's not bad at all. Tomalak can give you some move or attack. He's not bad. And Aldar Jarak. I like this guy. He needs 7. See that? That's the thing I need to be paying attention to. And we have exactly 7. So I'm going to hire this guy. I think he's a really good one. And so we're going to take him, re-roll this die. Got a blue. And these 4 are going into his discard. He must have had 6 cards in his hand. Oh, that's right, because he has +1 to his hand size. All right, so we also explored. So he is going to get an experience point. Puts him up to 10. And then I'm going to set the camera down. And we're revealing this guy here, which gives us planet, a planet, and believe it or not, another Romulan starbase. So 2 of them are going to be right next to each other. That is a crazy situation there. Okay, and then he's actually going to be out of cards. So this is what he's drawing. And he drew a bunch of attack cards. Okay, so that's Cisco. And next up is Khan. Roll a blue data die. There's definitely one of those. He's going to move forward right. Oh, that's interesting. We could have not revealed the tile. But you never know. The next one might be a forward left. And let's re-roll the blue. That's even better. Okay, Khan's turn is over. Now we're on to Picard. Picard still has a lot of cards left in his deck. I think it's because he hardly used any the last turn. And we need to get out of Dodge. It's nice to keep getting these experience points, but we need to go start recruiting or something. So he has an armor of 3, which means if he attacks that Romulan ship, or what is it, a Dominion starship, he's going to, he'll take 4 wounds. That's a lot of wounds. There is nowhere to hire except for the Class M planet. So 3. So here's what I'm contemplating. Obviously, coming to the right would be nice, but there's nowhere to recruit over here. He could try to take this guy on, but he's too hard. We don't have the long-range attack to finish him off. We burnt that out in the beginning of the game. We could, you know, for 3 movement, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to get to the M-class planet. That's just way too many movement points. I have a move of 4 card. What I think I want to do is at least move this way and then maybe do the planet a 3rd time. But I'm at least positioned to get further downstream. So that's what I think I want to do. But that would be this here for a move 4. And it's a gold, which there isn't a gold available, so I'll take a white for that. But that means now is I gotta defeat him with these attack cards, and I can't do the bottom half of them. That part could get me in some trouble, but we're gonna do it anyways. Let's try. Picard is just gonna get ever so closer to breaking away from this planet and doing something new for a change. So let's try it. And yeah, this is going to be a brutal one. I either need 6 attack or 10 diplomacy. So obviously, if I do the diplomacy, I always have a 2 because of that. As far as the 6 attack goes, that's 2, 4, 6 attack right there. I actually have it. But then I have to take a wound. And remember, it's an away mission, so my captain's the one getting wounded on this because there's nobody else on the away mission. I think it said you can choose not to send your captain, but I'd have to look up the rule again if you do that. But so I have the 6 attack points, but otherwise I would need 10. I have 2, which would be nice. I can get it to 4, but I can't. I don't have any crystals or anything. This would be 2 more for 4, and this is 2 more for 6. And then, yeah, if I turn these sideways, I only get to 8. I don't have the 10. So I need to look up what happens when you go on an away mission. Like, what's the benefit of sending your captain or not sending your captain? Because obviously I need to take some wounds here. And where would the wounds go if I don't send my captain? So give me a second. In fact, I'm at 45 minutes, so I'm going to end the video. Thanks for watching. Stay awesome, and I'll have the answer for you when we get back.